for like maybe 1 minute to do it, and that's it. Very bright out here today.
69 degrees.
And I'm wearing a damn heavy ass coat. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. I got no time to talk. I'm a woman's man, a ladies' man.
How you doing, Rap? How is everything? Listen.
I don't know if he's there. Who are you seeing, Joe? You seeing people? Today is going to be a very sad show, Joe.
Why?
Well, I'll tell him in a minute.
You're gonna
No, I'll tell him in a minute.
close down your show?
No, I just said I'll tell him in a minute. Why are you going to ruin the thing? Right? You can't tell Joe nothing. You guys can't never tell Joe nothing. He's like a snitch. Joe, it's 70 degrees out here.
7.
The hell's going on with you, Joe? I thought you were the weatherman with the weather, man.
I told you 70 degrees right now.
I wore a damn bubble goose jacket. I'm hot. My balls are sweating. My balls are sweating. The birds are trying to climb into your thing, Joe. They want the food.
I get it.
Very, very sad show today, Joe.
Yes.
Very sad show. I'm not happy.
Yes. Why? Why are you not happy?
Because of the sad news. I gotta let some people in there. Of course, Joe picks a table, the hottest table in the world.
You're lucky that we have this weather.
I know, Joe, but you want them at home to be able to see you, right? Can you see you?
Yeah, I see it.
I can't see that.
Then in a few
The
minutes,
sun is right on the
a
thing.
few minutes it's gonna be all down.
Well, Joe, we did 347 shows. And now the end is near, and I must face my final curtain. This, I made it clear. Something, of this I'm certain. Joe, we've laughed. We've had good times. And Joe has kicked some rhymes. But alas, today's the last of our show. Joe, it's our very last show today. I'm very sad to see that. I hope you guys have had fun with us. Joe, you are moving to Pennsylvania when? Tomorrow? What day is it? Monday or Tuesday? Wednesday. Joe is moving. This will be our very last show. I am so sad and sorry about it. I can't do the show without Joe.
Because nobody bought me a car.
Nobody bought Joe a car. He asked for over a week. Nobody bought Joe a car. We did 342 shows, Joe.
Yeah.
And of the 342 shows we did, 338 of them were shit. But I'm very proud of those 4. Fuck you, Rob H. Rob H ruined the show, Joe.
How you doing, Rob?
Rob H, you ruined the show.
How is everything?
It's April Fool's joke, guys. Joe didn't even know what the hell April Fool's was. When is it? When is it, he says. I said it's today, bro.
How you doing, David Young?
It ain't so. It was a horrible April Fool's joke. I apologize. I screwed up. I thought it would be funny. It wasn't. Joe was like, "Oh, April Fool's, what is that?" I go, "That's today, April 1st." But Rob H just shot the whole shit down. I said, "Joe, we'll go for like 2 minutes because I can't lie. I'm horrible at lying. I don't like lying. I don't like... if I tell a homeless guy, hey, I ain't got no money, I'll be back in 20 minutes, I'm coming back in 20 minutes. I don't lie to nobody." Rob H just screwed up the show, Joe. What do you think? Should we time him out, or is he just doing what's best for the...
He's doing good for the show.
He's doing good for the show by snitching. Joe's a snitch, so one snitch snitches on the other snitch who snitched on the snitch. If you snitch on a snitch, is that really snitching? Thank you, Rob H. But Rob H saw through my lies and my charade. Emwall said, "What? Are you serious?" And my heart broke because I don't want to hurt anybody. This is the greatest show in the history of the world. What are they going to do from 3? Our show's from 3 to 4. What are they going to do for the first 8 minutes of our show? Because that's when we're usually at our best. The other 46 minutes are shit. So a guy used to say this joke. He says, every morning I wake up at 8 o'clock on the dot. I take a really big crap. Then I get out of bed around 8:15. Ba-dum boom. I'll be here all week.
Are you doing Alfred Blues?
Hi, Alfred Blues. It is not our last show. Some of you were
that.
probably happy that it was our last show, but it's not our last show. We've got plenty more shows to go, Joe. Until either me or Joe die of old age, which is the over-under on that's 3 weeks. One of us might be dead of old age in 3 weeks, Joe. Who do you think is going to go first, me or you?
We're not going to go until...
I got no kids. I got nothing
God
to cling
sake,
to.
though.
I do got a new Shorty. I got a bad one, son. A brand new Shorty. And we have plans to get intimate on Wednesday. I hope I live till Thursday. We'll see. Boom. There it is. Teflon gone. Look at that, Joe. Teflon's gone. They used to call John Gotti the Teflon Don. And that's what this is a takeoff. Teflon's gone. Teflon is something that nothing will stick to, Joe. You get a good frying pan, nothing will stick to it.
Stop that. He wants to eat.
Shocked Trump rages on to judge after indictment. I wish this kid would stop chasing the pigeons. You're gonna have me coming out of pocket on your young ass, playboy. And your dad. I gotta go up on your dad and tell him to knock it off. Rev, you missed our horrible April Fool's prank. It was not good. It's not good. Not good. I'm gonna do it again in 5 minutes. That way, if someone's just tuning in the next 5 minutes, because people get here late, they won't know. You guys are in on the joke. Okay, the show's not over, but I'm gonna say it is in the next couple minutes. For the newbies that come in late. He's expected to surrender on Tuesday, Joe. I don't care for the man, but I'm very unhappy that a president of the United States is going to be arrested. I don't think they're going to put him in handcuffs, although anybody who does get arrested gets handcuffed. And then he will have a mugshot. That mugshot will be everywhere. He will raise hundreds of millions of dollars off this. We will see what happens. Rev, you weren't here yesterday. Rev, on the front page of the paper, or the first story of the paper, is that, remember the Karen video I did that you wouldn't let me release? That lady is, she's at Trump Tower screaming and yelling at people. Trump won. That's her slogan. Trump won.
Yeah.
You ready, Joe?
Yeah. How's your dog? Okay.
I don't have a dog, Joe. My cat's okay. Look at this lady. She got a dog, and she takes it on the subway on her back.
Yes, take a ride.
He's 52 pounds. Look at how cute he is. 52-pound pooch rides subway. By the way, if you guys are a fan of the channel, you saw one of the biggest celebs in New York City. His name, Chance. He's been on my show a couple times. He has his own show on NBC. He has a real show, not a little piece of crap like me. And Chance was the other night at Hard Rock. He's walking by a beautiful lady. Always got a beautiful lady. He does parties at the Playboy Mansion, and he does big celebrities. He has a channel on Fox, a real TV show. Comes on Saturday nights at like 1:35 a.m. Anyways, guy starts yelling, "Boogie Bob!" I look over, he goes, "It's Chance!" I didn't film. I should have filmed. But I made it on his channel. He's got me on his channel. 52-pound pooch rides the subway in style, Joe. She's a backpack.
He's a handsome.
He's very good looking. He's a rough rider. Where does he ride? On the roof?
That's C&E right here.
That's the C&E train. Yeah, but she's on 23rd Street.
Yeah, because it's 8th Avenue train, C&E.
Yep. He's a rough rider. A Chelsea woman has found a clever loophole to bring her huge dog onto the train. I don't think you're allowed to walk dogs on the train unless it's a service dog. She just puts them on her back.
No, I saw yesterday a guy with the dog.
It doesn't mean he was allowed to, Joe. I saw a guy shooting heroin on the train yesterday. He's not allowed to. 100 years and a butcher's well done. Send hugs, hogs, and kisses. It's a classic New York Post story, but that doesn't make it any less of a pig deal. After 100 years of tendering loin, what's all these puns? These horrible puns that are never fun or funny. Send hogs and kisses. Okay, that's the first pun. It's a classic new pork story. New pork, said in New York. That's a horrible pun. It's not even clever. But that doesn't make it any less of a pig story. That's the third pun in one sentence. After 100 years of tendering loin, I tendered my loin a lot in college. Bringing home the bacon. Joe, have you ever tendered your loin? He's not going to answer that.
What a loin.
I knew it. To our patrons begins a heartfelt letter recently posted. I don't care. That's just really stupid. All those puns are stupid.
All kind of
raw dough. Dough not eat. Okay, a lot of people eat raw dough. Cookie dough and all that don't eat.
No, that's...
The U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention urges consumers to stop eating raw cookie dough.
That's give you bacteria. Bad bacteria.
Ooh, Joe's on it. He's right. After a national salmonella outbreak, Joe.
Yeah.
Flour doesn't look like a raw food, but most flour is raw, the CDC cautioned. The agency reportedly explained that raw... So guys, you learn shit on my show. Don't eat cookie dough. Don't eat it. It's not a good idea, Joe. Donald Trump, of course, is raging at everybody. Stormy Daniels is a whore. The judge, he says the black district attorney who has brought these charges against him is racist. The judge is a piece of crap. Nancy Pelosi's a piece of shit. Everybody's a piece of crap. There he is. I'm not going to spend any time on this shit. I pray for the best for everybody involved. Let's see. Melania is not happy. Remember, the story is that he was two-timing her with a prostitute, porn star, unprotected sex, while she was...
Why? They worried about him to have protected sex?
No, his wife, anybody's wife would be upset. Most people's wife would be upset. Ivanka, who hasn't said one word in the press since he was not elected, his daughter is now coming out saying she posted a perfunctory, I don't know what the hell that is, statement on Instagram that said, "I love my father and I love my country. Today I am pained for both." That don't get no more diplomatic than that, my friend. Today I am pained. Stormy Daniels, she's the woman at the center of this whole thing. Stormy Daniels says she's proud but fears violence. Porn star Stormy Daniels called the indictment of former President Donald Trump monumental and epic, but said she fears it will cause violence and death. Well, that's very kind of her to be concerned about others, I think. Joe, we gotta move this camera back, bro. I'm sorry, guys. Joe picks tables that are...
How is your camera?
How is your camera? How's your vacation?
All right.
How's your sunglasses, Joe?
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go. I don't want to do the Trump. It's 9 pages of Trump. Meg and Harry. Meghan, what's her face? And Harry, what's his name? Prince and Princess of whatever the hell they are. They work just 1 hour a week.
They make $1 million a week.
They make $1 million a week, and they work 1 hour a week. I like that. I say let's do it. Joe, a young teen was stabbed. Where at, Joe?
Where?
In the Bronx. Teenager was stabbed steps away from his Bronx high school. The 16-year-old boy was knifed twice in the left arm around 2:15.
terrible.
I hate it. I don't like it.
We're gonna open a hashtag and put an X
What's a
on
hash?
on the Second Amendment.
What's a
X.
hashtag, Joe?
Open up
I didn't know
the
Joe knew what a
complaint.
hashtag was.
Complaint
By the way, Joe, I'm really sad to say
about the kids.
this
in
is our
Nashville.
last show, Joe.
Where in Paradise?
This is our very last show today, Joe. You're moving to what is it, Pennsylvania? When are you moving, Joe?
Well, I moved from here to 10 meters down to the other side.
Well, I wanted to have another April Fool's joke, but Joe doesn't get it. So Rob H. ruined the first one, Joe ruined the second one. It's April Fool's. Happy April Fool's Day, you guys.
How you doing, man?
I'll never forget when I was young, my dad came running into the room and told all his kids, I was probably 12, 13.
World War III.
He said our dog had puppies. I was like, oh my God, because my dad never lied to us. Oh my God, my dog had puppies. And the dog was a boy.
You were happy?
I was like, wait a minute, Dad, he's a boy. How did he have puppies? That's crazy.
Yes, it's a
Oh, the puppy
man.
came out of his balls. Wow! Could I name one? Where are they? Because, your dad don't. My dad didn't lie to me. And that's when I learned the valuable lesson of April Fools. Now, every April Fools, which is April 1st, I call my business partners with a horrible story.
Yes.
And they always forget. They forget it's April Fools. Typical story is, hello? Hey, what's up? Hey, Bob, what's going on? Dude, are you sitting down? Why, what's up? Okay, last night we had a big party at Tao. Yeah, what happened? Well, Tony was working. Yeah, what happened with Tony? Police came. What? Apparently somebody's earpods were turned up missing. They searched him. He had cocaine in his pocket. What? And then I just go as long as I can. The police came, and apparently he didn't want to be arrested, so he stabbed the cop in the leg. Huh? The cop was driving to the hospital, lost blood, and passed out. What? I drag it as long as I can drag it. And I've got 4 phone calls. I got 4 business partners I got to call. And not once in 30 years have they ever said, wait, it's April Fool's. Because they're dumb. I fall for it too if they call me. Joe didn't even know what the hell April Fool's was. Hey, Joe, there was 3 violent subway attacks yesterday. Where do you think they happened, Joe?
Brooklyn.
What kind of horrible statement is that? One was in the Bronx. A man randomly slugged 2 strap hangers. This guy beat up 2 people. He's going for a double-decker. On the Bronx train last week, days before a female tased a man during a clash over a subway seat. They're fighting over subway seats, and the girl pulls out a taser, and she tases his ass. I don't care. An ex-con gang member was caught red-handed with a loaded gun in Brooklyn when cops busted him.
That's terrible. Told you we have to stop that Second Amendment.
Joe,
We have to.
the biggest idiots in the world are people who jump the turnstile. The only ones who is a bigger idiot than them is one who jumps the turnstile with a gun and drugs on it. You jump a turnstile, Joe, and the cops are standing there. A lot of times they don't even care, but when they gotta write a report, Giuliani cracked down on the city when he was mayor, and his first thing he did was get anyone who jumped the turnstile was arrested. Anyone.
Yeah.
Anybody on the side of the road with the squeegees cleaning their windows at the red light was arrested. Jaywalkers were arrested. And then what he would do is he'd have the cops run their thing for warrants. This moron, an ex-cop gang member, was caught red-handed with a loaded gun in Brooklyn when cops busted him for sneaking into the subway system without paying. He's in Rikers Island right now. What are you in for? I'm in for murder. What about you? Grand theft? What about you? I didn't pay a $2.50 token and got arrested. What kind of a low-level piece of crap are you, bro? Isaac Foster, 35, a member of the G Stone Crips, manipulated the turnstile to enter the Kingston Throop Avenue station. Officers inside the station stopped him, found that he was carrying a loaded Ruger LCP 380 defaced. Defaced usually means no serial number, Joe. That usually means 10 years in prison. You don't want to get caught with a firearm, but you don't want to get caught with one with a defaced.
They have to test that gun. Maybe
They
shot
absolutely,
somebody.
they're going to test it. He was ordered held on $25,000 bail or $50,000 bond.
25. $500,000.
Guy like that running around with a gun. If anybody knows her number, it's really important that I talk to her immediately. It's our last show. Since it's our last show, Joe, I want to. 2 people shot. Where, Joe? Nope, Queens.
Again.
It was Queens. 2 men were shot and killed in Queens. Ooh, killed. I hate it. The victims were both found with gunshot wounds to the torso near the intersection of Steinway Street and 25th Avenue in Astoria. I hate it, Joe. I hate it. I don't like it.
We stay where we are. We don't have to go. No Brooklyn, no Brooklyn, no.
By the way, Joe, we're on this side today because this place finally opened up. They got a new restaurant over there. A beer garden, Joe's calling it. A doctor who lost his lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow could owe her as much as $1 million in legal fees. This guy brought a frivolous lawsuit. He ran into her on the ski slopes. He saw dollar signs, and she wasn't paying him. She didn't want to pay it. She went to trial. It cost her $1 million for defending herself. She did win a $1 lawsuit, but of course he's going to have to pay her bills. A doctor who lost his lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow could owe her as much as $1 million in legal fees, as a jury found him at fault. They didn't just find her not guilty; they found him at fault. The actress hired top-notch lawyers. All right.
They are not the laws, those actors. Did you ever see an actor go to jail? You heard that?
Some actors do go to jail. Some stars go to jail. O.J. Simpson. Now, he got off for the double murder, but then he got arrested for kidnapping.
He was a baseball player.
He was a football player.
Football was? Yep. Is he still alive?
He is. Unfortunately, he's not unfortunately he's alive, but no, he's not broke. But unfortunately, he's best friends with my rapper, AP9. He's been on my show several times.
Really?
AP9 is a nickname in the rap world. It's called Bitch Killer. And they get together. AP always cracks a joke at the camera. Look, 2 bitch killers. That's not funny to me.
I remember I was watching his sentencing.
Well,
when was that?
1991 or 2. Early, maybe 93. Pervert Tate is home. Andrew Tate. A lot of people find him delightful. I find him a scumbag. He's a sexual predator. He was arrested for the kidnapping and sexual extortion and assault of young girls in Romania or wherever the hell he lives now. He just did 3 months in prison along with his brother. They were both released yesterday from a Romanian jail, but the case is still open. Controversial social media influencer and alleged sex trafficker Andrew Tate was released from his Romanian jail Friday. You don't dare say a bad word about him online because all these little fanboy douchebags start getting in your comments. Man, he tells the truth about the Matrix. He does not tell the truth. He talks well. He's also a badass. He can kick your ass. He's also very wealthy. But he's also a sexual trafficker of women. And if you look past that, then you're the scumbag. After losing his first 3 appeals, Tate was released from a Bucharest lockup after winning his 4th appeal. He's home for now. I hope he goes to prison for 30 years. All right, you ready, Joe?
Yes. How are you?
How are you, Joe? How was your vacation?
That's the suit of Ohio.
Another train wreck, Joe. Every day there's a train wreck. It's horrible. I'm not going to get into that. Killer Pistorius. Do you guys remember this guy? He was on the Olympics. Or he tried out for the Olympics. He's got no legs. He's amputated below the knees or right at the knees. And he's got those metal things that he runs on. They're like a fin.
What happened to him?
He murdered his girlfriend.
Yes.
and went to prison.
Yes.
He's up for parole, and they said no. Convicted killer. This was a world-class runner, Joe, with no legs. Convicted killer and South African Paralympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius was denied early release. Pistorius was convicted in 2014 for the 2013 shooting death of his girlfriend. Shot her through the bathroom door, if I remember correctly. Georgia fentanyl vape. Vaping is what the kids do out here, Joe. The little plastic thing. Well, I've never tried it, never will. But now they have fentanyl vaping. This is killing people.
Cigarette. Vapor up.
This is 100 times worse than cigarettes, Joe. This will kill you one time.
Yes.
Georgia mom says her son will never be the same again after smoking a fentanyl-laced vape pen. Linda Amos of Dalton said her straight-A son, Zach, 13 years old. 13, you don't know. Your friends are doing it, you get... It's pretty cool.
13 years old on drugs.
13 years old. It's not even drugs, Joe. It's like a cigarette, an electronic cigarette, vaping. He had been brain damaged for life after school bullies forced him to smoke vape. Now, this is according to his mom. I'm not saying they didn't. I'm saying it makes a lot of sense that the mom would say school bullies forced him to.
Shame.
My son's not gay. A school bully forced him to have sex with that guy. I don't know what happened. The Post obtained an incident report from the Whitfield County Sheriff filled out January 2nd that labeled it a juvenile problem and corroborated many details of her son's experience. If someone did force him to do that, I would consider that attempted murder. JLE eyed and slay of missing in action mom. A person of interest in a jail for an unrelated crime is now the main suspect of the disappearance of a mother of 8 in Michigan. Can you imagine a mother of 8?
That's terrible.
Heather Mae Kelly, 35, of Porridge, was first reported missing in December after she vanished while supposedly picking up an acquaintance. More than 100 days after she was last seen, her disappearance is being treated as a homicide. I hope that they catch them. Joe, I'm starting a brand new place tomorrow.
Yes.
It's Lagos. Lagos is the capital of Nigeria. I think it's the capital. But Lagos is also the biggest West African nightclub in New York City. It's in Times Square, right next to my Hard Rock. I went in there a couple weeks ago, did my little thing, and they have a huge concert tomorrow night. Davido. It's the biggest Nigerian artist. He will be there. One of my Nigerian girlfriends said he's the biggest star in their culture, and it's going to be packed. The owner of the place has reached out and asked us 10 times in the last 2 days, can you please do it? Now, Joe, it's, 80 degrees out here? I'm in a t-shirt. It's going to be 30 tomorrow, it says. Does that sound crazy? Can't be 30 tomorrow, can it, Joe? 80 today, 30 tomorrow? I don't know. It's going to be cold.
Good tomorrow.
It's going to be cold. And I got a brand new place. Very, very, very happy.
I bet you people went to swimming today.
I bet people did go to swimming today. Joe, police ID a gay nightclub drug killers. Joe, this is our neighborhood. This is where it all went down. We had a young man turn up missing about a year ago, Joe. A little over a year ago. He was here in Hell's Kitchen. He partied at the Q nightclub, which is the gay club right here on the corner. He ended up being found dead in a car and overdosed on fentanyl. His bank accounts had been empty. They assumed that the people went to the ATM or something, took all his money out. Okay. Then it happened again. It's Hell's Kitchen again. Same nightclub again. Then it happened a third time. Now, The end is near. These are the three. I can't even see the paper. Joe got me all here. There they are. Police ID gay nightclub drug killers. I have talked about this on the show several times. It's a Hell's Kitchen serial killer. Well, now it turns out there's three of them. The police have identified the release photos of three suspects wanted for the murders of two men, because the other one's still missing, who were fatally drugged after going out to the gay nightclub in Hell's Kitchen. Jaquan Hamilton, 35, of Brooklyn. Robert DeMeo, of 34, of Brooklyn. And Jacob Barroso, of Manhattan, were indicted last week with the murder over the deaths of John Umberger and Julio Ramirez. It's horrible, Joe. They're saying that they probably
throw them in jail for 30 years.
Fentanyl in their drink. I agree. Joe used to say throw them in a slammer. He doesn't say that anymore. They said they might have given them a laced cigarette. Hey, here, you're drunk, have a smoke. And you sit there and you smoke your cigarette, and they smoke their laced cigarette, and it's got fentanyl. You pass out, they give you a ride home, and they open your phone using your face app or your thumb, and then they drain your accounts electronically. The trio, along with three other suspects, also face charges of grand larceny, robbery, conspiracy to drug and rob in connection with at least 17 incidents, Joe, in the city between September. I promise you there's more deaths than just these three. Umberger, 33, and Ramirez, 25, died after they ingested a deadly cocktail of drugs while partying in the Hell's Kitchen vibrant LGBTQ plus neighborhood. Both died as a result of acute intoxication from a mix of fentanyl, cocaine, ethanol, and other drugs. These guys said, let's go drug somebody and then drain their bank accounts. Who cares if it kills them? These are murderers and they should go to prison forever. All right, we're just going around the dial, Joe. I ain't got nothing really going on, but the rent, gotta have a JOB if you want to get with me. How was your vacation, Joe?
All right, okay.
What'd you do for your vacation?
They didn't have any news about those, this guy, the criminal guy who shot 6 people in Nashville.
Yeah, they did. I just didn't do it today.
You didn't do it?
Overwhelming. They're just saying that people had noticed he, I don't know if he identified as a she at the time. People had noticed her acting peculiar. And someone like that, Joe, you just don't know what's going on.
But there was a big demonstration yesterday in Nashville, very big.
Where at?
About Nashville.
Oh, Nashville.
They against that Article number 2 or whatever you
Second
say.
Amendment.
Yeah, that's Article 2.
Okay.
And they really were mad.
Joe, since it's our last show,
What did
it's our last
where
show.
you want to go?
I told you I'm going to retire to Bangkok.
That's the worst pickup.
We're going to do the Wheel of Deal. It's the Joe Wheel. The Wheel of Joe. Now, we're in the sun, so I can't see anything. But I'm going to, Joe says, Joe's whispering, only do 2. We got Capricorn.
How was it?
How was your vacation, Capricorn? And we've got Cancer. Ugh. I hate saying we got Cancer, Joe. That's it. Capricorn and Cancer. Joe only wants to do 2.
How you doing, my friend?
Joe's whispering to me, screw those people, just do 2. I said, Joe, let's do 3. He's like, screw those guys. I'm like, Joe, that's not very good.
How you doing?
I'd like to say hi to people in there, but I can't see the screen. Hi, Karina. I see Karina.
Hi, how are you?
Seashell, South
Hi,
Seashore,
Ivan,
down by
how
the
is
seashore.
everything?
Rev is here. Rev, I prayed for you last night. I prayed for you today. You're an amazing person.
Yes. All right.
Rev is a great person, Joe.
Yes.
Why do you hate Rev so much?
How you doing, Rep? How is everything?
Hi, Rep.
Send me the papers for my new car. You're gonna send a car. Send your papers with it.
Joe wants
so
a car.
They don't put me in jail.
Joe wants a car.
That I stole that car. You have to. I have
Hey
to,
Joe, do you want D's?
No, Fiat car.
How about D's? Would you like D's?
These, what is that?
These nuts?
Oh.
Okay. Joe does not want these nuts.
I want a Fiat car.
Wants a Fiat.
Italian car.
Joe's 110 years old. He wants a Fiat car, convertible.
Okay.
All right.
Capricorn.
Cap gang, stand up.
The planets warn if you do something in haste over the next 48 hours, you will regret it.
Ooh.
You will regret it for the whole of next week. So take your time and make sure it is done right.
Baby, take your time, do it right, you can do it, baby.
You don't have to be the quickest. You just have to be the best.
Don't be the quickest, be the best. That's what she said. Hey Joe, when you're being chased, if a group of people are being chased by a lion, you don't have to be the fastest. You
I'm
just
not
have to be
gonna
the
run
second.
if a lion chase me.
Look who's here, Joe. Look who's here.
I'm gonna ride on that lion.
Look who's here. One of the greatest human beings that I've ever met
How
in
you
my
doing,
life.
Mr.
It's Fernando.
Fernando?
How you doing, Mr. Fernando? Fernando, it's our last show today. It's our very last
How you
show.
doing?
So Joe's moving to Pennsylvania. When you moving, Joe? Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, only for a few days.
But how's that our last
Why
show?
you want me to be the last? You want to kick me out of the
I
show?
was trying to, unsuccessfully to do a April Fool's joke on Fernando. But between you and Rob H fucking up my jokes,
How you
you
doing?
guys ruined everything. You know what? It is my last show. I quit now.
How you doing in the Hernandez house?
Hey, by the way, guys, remember I got a Boogie Bob exclusive. Got me a new Shorty. Gonna hook up on Wednesday. I will give you all the salacious details on Thursday if I live through it. Now, there's a very good chance I won't make it home after this one. It'll be a bad one, son. But I'm an old man. I'm rusty. I gotta go on the internet and look at some porn. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I can't come with a half game. I gotta come correct. Joe, do you have any tips in the lovemaking department for me?
All right, I'll give you a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee? That'll keep me going. All right.
Cancer. You may want to get on in the world and you may be willing to do almost anything to reach the top. But don't bend the rules.
Don't bend the rules. What kind of crappy advice is that?
Even with Mars on your side this weekend, you could still come unstuck if you attempt to cut corner. So don't do it.
Don't do it.
Taurus.
It's a Mighty Bull corner of the internet, Joe.
Yes.
You guys can make sure you check out the Mighty Bull. All you gotta do is go over to Mighty Bull, type it in on Facebook. It'll come right up.
Yes.
Got plenty of videos of all your favorites on there.
No matter how much others say you are flying
fried
too
calamari.
high, you must not allow them to talk you down from the clouds. The fact that you are soaring so far above everyone else should give you a clue as to their motives.
Okay.
Pure jealousy, most likely.
That's called a hater, Joe. That's a hater, bro. It's about 145 degrees out here. What's today, Saturday?
I couldn't believe it
Is today Saturday,
when
Joe?
I came out of the pantry. I couldn't believe the weather.
It is
so
Saturday.
hot.
Joe, how many people did you feed this morning while I was sitting in the jacuzzi
300
with
families, not people. Families.
Joe fed 300 families while I sat around in the jacuzzi
Well,
with some
I
bad
had
shorts.
coffee over there, and I enjoyed it.
You got a huge bag full of bread. Is that from the pantry?
It's
Joe likes to feed the pigeons.
I take one loaf of bread for the pigeons, but they give bread for anybody. It's like They give you a chicken, rice, cooking oil, potato, onion. You know the house. What do you need to cook?
Well, Joe, I always share stuff on here. A lot of times it's to help my audience. I have an ex who had major surgery 2 days ago. She had her removed, her lady parts.
Baby bucket. Is it?
Somebody named some lady parts, not ovary.
Baby bag.
She had fibroids, so they took out her uterus. I'm a boy. I don't know anything about this.
Pray for her safety.
She's home now.
All right.
But she wanted me to let everyone know that, especially in
How you
the
doing?
African American community, it hits the women a lot. You get the fibroids. The doctor called me up and said he removed 8 pounds of fibroids along with her uterus. These were this big. There was 2 of them in there. And this was the second time she's had it. So the reason I brought it up, A, is I want you ladies to check. I mean, please check. Check yourselves out. Get the mammary gland thing going. Get your boobs checked. Boys, if you're over 40, please know you don't like. Some of you do not like a finger in your buttocks. Some do. But you should please get a prostate check as well. If you catch it early, these things are nothing. You get them gone. If you don't catch it early, you can have real problems. So this is a Boogie Bob Health moment. Please, ladies, get your checkups. And guys, do not be afraid to have a doctor put his finger in your ass. I had it happen yesterday right by Taco Bell over here, Joe. Nice guy, Tony. Great guy. I don't think he's a doctor. Nice guy. Get your checkups, guys. Let's not have
That's the
any of us.
doctor. Here is a doctor. I go to
No,
him.
this guy was standing behind Taco Bell. Also, Joe, the reason I bring it up is because I brought you. I didn't bring it today, but I'll bring it tomorrow. She had 3 or 4 Jellos. You know the little Jellos you like, and the little fruit cups. I'll be bringing that for you, Joe.
How you doing, Mr. Trump?
Hi, Mr. Fruit Cup. Joe, you do understand that a fruit cup is a thing you eat. It's not a person. What else you got, Joe?
That's it, Robin.
You got birthdays?
Yeah.
Do you have horrible, shitty birthdays?
No. There's some famous people around the world. You don't. Study,
I don't know them all. That's
You
fact.
don't know too much about history. That's why
The first name
always
is Larry
complain.
Fitzsimmons. Who's that, Joe? He worked at Xerox in 1970. He was a busboy.
You always complain.
Well, let's see what you got. I'll tell you if you did it good. Yesterday, I said you did great. Yesterday, you had a couple heavy hitters on there. You had Angus Young on there yesterday.
What's his name? If you Google it, he will
He'll
tell you
Google
I
it.
was right.
You were right.
Otto von Bismarck. Who is Otto von Bismarck?
Otto von Bismarck. You guys see what I'm saying now?
Bismarck
Piece of crap.
is the most famous person in German in history.
So Bismarck is more famous than Hitler, let's say.
No, that's before. He actually
Most famous
united,
person. Not a good person.
United Germany. Germany was about 20 separate states when he came in.
All right.
And he united the whole country under federal Germany. It's a federal state.
Federation.
And after him, during the World War II, there was actually a big ship named by
The Bismarck, yeah. The Bismarck.
and it was actually hit and drowned.
And there was also a rapper named Bismarck E. You
Huge
got
ship.
what I need. But you say he's just a friend. And you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Kevin Butler, it is, what's the temperature, Joe?
70 degrees.
70s is like 78 degrees. It's hot. I wore my jacket. I always wear the jacket. But I'll sit there sweating. I was sweating to the oldies.
Yeah.
He's the oldie. All right, Joe.
Edgar Wallace is a great American novelist? You're not interested.
I don't know him. If I know
Wallace Beery. Who is Wallace Beery? If you remember Ringling Brothers Circus,
him. Yes.
that's the guy who founded that.
So it wasn't a Ringling brother?
Yeah, Ringling Brothers. You can say chairman or CEO. But
Okay.
is it still?
I don't know.
I don't hear from them anymore.
I know I ain't never heard of no damn Wallace Berry.
Yeah, that's the chairman of this company.
This might be your worst list ever. 3 off the top. 1, 2, and 3. And I never heard of any of them.
George Grizzard. Who is George Grizzard?
Joe, are these real people?
He's an actor from 1928 to 2007. He died 2007. Tell him who is George Grizzard. Who is he? He's Google here.
So I'm busy running my hand through my
You
luxurious hair.
keep hitting your head because of those strange names.
4 names off the top. Shit,
Really?
and shit. Joe, people at home want to play along and find out whose birthday it is. George Greery, Larry Duncan, Steve Johnson, Mark
Oh,
Smith. That's your buddy, RJ. Even RJ saying
How
who.
you doing, RJ? How was
All right,
everything?
what else you got, Joe?
How was your
Karina does the best who in the business.
How is
Karina's
your-
who's are longer than anybody's who's.
How was your vacation? Okay. Debbie Reynolds.
Mr. Fruit Cup. Joe, today's Mr. Fruit Cup's birthday.
How you doing?
Happy birthday, Mr. Fruit Cup.
How are you, Mr. Cup?
Joe might sing to the Fruit Cup if you guys are lucky enough.
Debbie Reynolds.
Okay, Debbie Reynolds is the first name I've heard of on this list. She was an actress and a singer and songwriter. I don't know anything else about her.
You don't know too much?
Nope. I heard of her.
She's an actress and singer.
I just said that.
Ellie McGraw.
Kid
Ali
off those
McGraw.
kids. Ali McGraw is another one that was famous. I think she might have been married to Steve McQueen. I could be wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong.
Steve
I'm
McQueen.
wrong once in a while. Ali McGraw was an actress. I think she was married to Steve McQueen, but I'm probably wrong. I had better luck with Mr. Fruit Cup. Joe, I can't believe it's happy birthday, Mr. Fruit Cup. Happy birthday,
How you
Mr.
doing,
Fruit
Fruit
Cup.
Cup?
Happy birthday.
Eat your fruit.
Eat your hoofspot. You guys gotta eat your hoofspot. If you don't, then you... All right, I'm sorry. What else you got, Joe?
Phil Necro. He's
Phil
a baseball
Necro was a pitcher.
Yeah.
Phil Necro, I believe he got caught cheating on the mound. It might have been his brother, but Phil Necro was I think he had the knuckleball. Hey, Joe, do you know a guy named Phil McCracken?
Crackhead.
Phil McCracken. How about Phil on my nuts? Do you know Phil on my nuts?
No. I know Phil the Nut.
How about Phil my ball sack? Do you know Phil my ball sack?
I know Ball. I know him.
How about Ben Dover? It's Ben. Joe, Ben Dover's birthday today. Happy birthday, Ben Dover.
Yeah. I know he bent you down over.
Oh boy. Look at Joe. Joe getting feisty. All right, what else you got, Joe?
Susan.
And Ben Dover is the brother of Eileen Dover. Eileen Over.
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle, Joe, is one of my all-time favorite success stories in the world. She was a woman living in Scotland in a tiny little sheep village. She was self-professed. I'm not saying this. She was self-professed a unattractive woman. Those are her words, not mine. She was no glamorous woman. She went on the biggest show in the UK, which is Britain's Got Talent. Piers Morgan was one of the hosts. Another was Simon Cowell. She came out. They said, "What are you going to do?" She says, "I'm going to sing," and the audience laughed. She was a poor woman, Joe. She had on a Haggerty, horrible dress. Her hair looked a mess. Her makeup was not good. She was a woman who did it herself. The audience laughed at her. I've watched the video probably 1,000 times. I've cried every time. And if you want to see the most beautiful video you've ever seen in your life, type in Susan Boyle, B-O-Y-L-E, Britain's Got Talent. And she came out. And she sang the song from Les Mis. And the tiger sleeps at night with a roar that's soft as thunder. And they tear your dreams apart. Oh my God, bro, she has you bawling. She went on, she did not win. People think she won. She did not win. Britain's Got Talent. She came in second place, but she became one of the biggest singers in the last decade, Joe, selling tens of millions of records. She has one of the most beautiful voices in the world. She went from her opinion, a haggardy, poor woman with nothing but 2 cats, to becoming one of the most sought after, beautiful celebrities in the world. It is one of the greatest stories ever. Rev was kind enough to put the video here, and it is absolutely gut-wrenching and beautiful to watch. I can't say enough about it. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I can't do it justice, or I'd sing it.
Happy birthday.
They tear your dreams apart. Go ahead, Joe.
Happy birthday, boy.
Happy birthday, Susan Boyle. Beautiful, kind, loving woman. You cannot judge a book by its cover. Hold on. Somebody saying that it's Cat Gaga's birthday? Because I'm her biggest fan. Is she in here today? I don't see Cat Gaga.
It's her birthday today.
It is!
Suzanne Boyle.
I don't know. Cat Gaga, are you in the house? I see that you're in the house. Is it your birthday? Because I would be honored to have Joe sing happy birthday to such a beautiful woman. I love you. I love your mom. I'm a big fan, as you know already.
How are you?
Cat Gaga is putting hearts. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Joe, would you do me the honor of singing happy birthday to Cat Gaga? Joe, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman, and she's kind, and she's sweet. She's freaky like me. She has a great sense of humor. She loves Chucky and Tiffany. I go to her page every week. In fact, I learned about her from Fernando.
Gaga, happy birthday to you. I love your acting, Gaga. The best Gaga in the world. I wish you to live 100 years and more with happiness and good health. Happy birthday to you.
I've tried to slide up into her DMs a few times. I love her. I love her. She is fun. She's gorgeous. I remember I first saw her on Fernando's page. Fernando said, "Guys, you want to go to Cat Gaga's channel? No kids allowed," he said. Something cute like that. I go, "What? I win. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I love her. And I love her mom."
Rachel
Happy
Maddow.
birthday. Rachel Maddow is a host on CNBC. Joe, you don't want to have a beef with her because she will track down every inch of your life. She is one of the few on those channels, CNN, CNBC, and those Fox. It's an opinion person that they do the opinions, but she also is a reporter. She digs deep. And if you took a poop on the sidewalk back in 1986 in Bristol, Connecticut, she'll find out. She'll have a picture of you taking a poop in 1986 in Bristol, Connecticut. I don't know. Is Bristol in Connecticut, Joe? I don't know.
Yeah, Bristol. I think Massachusetts.
Okay. Bristol, Mass. That sounds better. All right. Happy birthday, Cat Gaga. Fine ass motherfucker. That one's fun. What else you got, Joe?
Richard Christie.
Richard Christie? What the hell's he doing on the list? Now, you'll be surprised to know this, but Richard Christie, does it say a drummer? Is he a drummer?
The heavy metal drummer.
Richard Christie, you guys, if you don't know who he is, he's an intern on the Howard Stern show. Him and Sal do the fake phone calls. He's been an intern on the Howard Stern show for probably 20 years. But what you don't know, he is also a world-class drummer. Now, an intern on that show didn't get paid. They just went on there to be on the show. The Howard Stern show, the #1 radio show in the world. And Richard Christie, who I know personally, great guy, such a great guy. Richard Christie talks like this because he comes from a small town in Alabama. He's a little country boy going on a big show of Howard Stern, but he'll do anything. He'll do anything. He's freaky, but he's super nice. And Joe, one day they had him on the show, and a group like Metallica came in. And Richard Christie I play drums, and he's known as the little nerd guy who does the thing. He starts playing drums, Joe, with Lars Ulrich. He is one of the most, hello. Oh, shit. Joe, I just fell in love. And she didn't even say hello back. I'm hurt, Joe. Anyways, he plays for the Charred Walls of the Damned. That's too heavy for me. I'm old. But he plays drums for the Charred Walls of the Damned. Richard Christie, none of you ever heard of him. I didn't. Surprised he made the list. What else you got, Joe?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is one of the Paul brothers. There's Logan and Douchebag. Logan and Paul. What's the other Paul brother's name? For points, if you want to win points on the wheel of Joe, you win nothing, but you'll stop. Joe, she came back.
She wasn't.
My hello worked. My hello worked.
Now
she's sitting. She came back. And now she's sitting. Waiting for me to say hi to her again. There she is. My soulmate. She walked by, I said hello, she did not say anything back, and now mysteriously she comes back and sits right in front of old Boogie Bob. Guys, you might just be seeing a potential love match here. She's gorgeous. She's giving me the side eye. I think I got action, Joe. I'll keep you posted. I got a new lady on Wednesday, so I gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
Who died on this day?
The one thing about me, Joe, is I tell all my ladies about all my ladies. You can't catch me two-timing. I tell you up front, I'm a ladies' man. You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a ladies' man. No time to talk. That's what I tell them. I got my eye on her. She's just sitting there, Joe. I gave her a nice crisp. When she walked by, Joe, first of all, she's gorgeous. I gave her a very nice crisp. Hello. She didn't sit the people. She just kept walking. It is Jake Paul, RJ for the same. So Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Let me tell you why I respect these kids. First of all, they were a couple YouTubers, just a couple little like douchey bag YouTuber guys. But Joe, they ended up having tens of millions of followers on YouTube, and that makes you rich. Not like us, we're poor. We have 700. By the way, we're going to hit 800 today. We're going to hit 800, Joe. In a month and a half, that's not bad. We went from 8,000, we're going down to 800, but I love every single one of my subscribers. They're all organic. We only get about 1 or 2 a week. It's hard to focus when I'm trying to figure out a Shorty trying to holler at me. Maybe we got a love connection right here on film. You guys remember when I met my best friend, Anishika, in line at Michael Jackson? That was 2001. 22 years later, she's still my best friend. We met her on camera. I gotta find out Shorty's name over here. So the Paul brothers, Joe, Logan and Jake, became these multi-millionaires. And they do stupid stunts and they do stupid shit. They ended up being boxers, Joe. And they've made hundreds of millions of dollars fighting, boxing. And these guys are filthy rich. They're businessmen. They own everything they do. They own. And now Logan Paul, he's the older one, I believe. He is now in wrestling. He's going to be at WrestleMania fighting in one of the main events. So these two young YouTubers that everybody thought were little douchey bag YouTubers, first of all, they whooped my ass.
He's not gonna win with me. If he wrestle me,
no.
I'm gonna knock it down.
That goes without saying. Old ass Joe is gonna knock down this Greek god of a real wrestler.
Even Batista, he don't want to fight.
All right.
So wrestling.
What else we got, Joe?
Died on this day, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, Joe. Let's get it on.
You know him?
Marvin Gaye, one of the greatest. Let's get it on. What is Mother, mother, there's too many of you dying. War is not the answer. He was, unfortunately, Joe, he was murdered by his own father. His father shot and killed him. I think it was 1980 something. His father was Marvin Gaye Sr. Marvin Gaye Jr., if you go on the Rolling Stone top list of albums of all time, I think he sits at number 1 or 2 for his albums. His father shot and killed him and took him away from us. And, okay, she's getting up. She's making her move. She's looking over her shoulder. She is refusing to make eye contact. I am going to... Now, she already left me once, but she came back. I have that effect on him, Joe. That cute little hey there, and she doesn't say nothing, that usually 10 minutes later resonates. They come back to the scene of the crime.
Paul Atkinson.
I don't know who that is.
He's a British rock guitarist.
He sounds like a British rock guitar.
I remember the Zombies.
Ooh, Joe, what are your favorite groups? I know you buy all the zombie albums. When's the last time you went to a zombie concert, Joe?
Well, it was in 1920.
1920. This is an old-ass rock and roller. What else you got, Joe?
The wife of John Lennon. Her name is Cynthia. You know?
Yes, that was his first wife, where he shared a son, Julian Lennon. Yeah. And then, obviously, it's not Yoko Ono, who I've met. Yoko Ono is a very kind woman. She was, again, this isn't about Yoko, but I don't know anything about the first wife. Yoko Ono was considered the woman who broke up the Beatles. She did no such thing. John, they were all young boys growing up and turning into men. And they all went and did their thing. Even Ringo got by with a little help from his friends. They all had their own thing going on. Paul McCartney went on to have the biggest solo career of anybody in the history of the music. He's a billionaire. And John Lennon probably would have been bigger than him, but you never know. John Lennon was murdered, Joe. Murdered right here on 72nd Street. And unfortunately. Joe, I think that's going to do it.
Remember
judging by my $22 watch. It's about that time.
Thank you, 22.
Thank you, 22 Watch. I want to thank everybody. A special shout out to Rev. Rev, we love you. We appreciate you. Could not do the show without you. Kevin Butler. We could do the show without Kevin Butler.
How are you doing, Kevin? I was a long time don't hear from you.
Hi, Kevin Butler. Long time. Valerie Wood. I could not function without Valerie. I love you, Valerie, very much. Iowa Oak. He's our roving reporter on the streets. You want anything to do with sports? Just call up Iowa Oak. And then, of course, RJ, my boy RJ. RJ, you are so kind in your comments. You've called me the man more than anybody else. Guys, I read all comments. I'll put a star next to it, meaning I read it. A lot of times I'm at work. I'm doing 3 or 4 things. I got a couple shorties sitting in the jacuzzi. And then I answer when I can. I try always. Jason Francis, guys, you can go check out Jason Francis's page. He's always putting badass shorties up there. I go to his page every week on Instagram. Rob H, God bless you. Thanks for ruining my joke. I've been playing on everybody today. I love you, brother. Iowa Oak again. Iowa Oak, put me in, coach. We ever have a sports section here? I can't have it without Iowa Oaks. My mama's an Iowa girl. And I'm trying to see if there's anybody else in there I forgot. Guys, if you want to say your shout out, get your shout outs and say your goodbyes. I've got 2 minutes of shout outs and goodbyes. Make sure you list your name. Joe, you brought bread for all your little pigeons. Guys, I know there's a whole lot of channels you could be watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please, hi Karina, God bless you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys for coming by. We hope that you guys had fun. Enwall's on the run. Enwall's on the run from the cops.
I don't know.
Enwall's on the run from the cops.
I was doing it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. Guys, if no one's told you today you're special, I'm telling you, hey girl,
How you doing?
you're not as special as that. Seashells down by the seashore. Josie, when the hell did you get in here?
How you doing, George?
Hi, Josie. Colleen! Every time I wear a blue watch, I think of Colleen. That's my boo right there. Now that's my boo. Who I got in here? Stacy D's in the house. Stacy, why are you so quiet today? Hi, Stacy. How are you? Guys, thank you so much. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I hope that my nipples don't look erect. I should have been doing more push-ups. Wednesday, I'll be doing some push-ups. Joe, do you have anything to say? Bless you. Bless you, Joe.
Have a nice weekend. Thank you, everybody, for the show, watching the show, and goodbye.
God bless. Thank you so much. We love you all. But not as much as we love Colleen. Everybody else is shit compared to Colleen.
Hi, Colleen.
Rev is a piece of crap compared to Colleen. God bless you. Mr. Bot, thank you.
Are you?
Brooklyn's in the house.
I was.
Brooklyn's in the
Hi,
house.
Evelyn.
No